Photographs. We've grown so accustomed to them that we've stopped thinking about their deeper meaning. Small rectangles capturing the faces of loved ones, moments of joy, nature, and even completely unfamiliar places. For most of us, they're simply memories frozen in time. But what if every photograph holds something more? What if a photo is not just an image, but a bridge between worlds? My life changed a few years ago when I stumbled upon an article about Victor Inyushin. This man, in essence, turned my understanding of the world upside down. His research into bioplasma, the invisible energy body of a person, made me see everyday things in an entirely new light. Inyushin claimed that a person consists not only of a physical body, but also of an energetic one. This field, which he called bioplasma, even persists after death. Moreover, he believed that bioplasma leaves its trace on the photographs we take. When I first read about this, it seemed like pure science fiction. But as a scientist, I'm used to questioning the obvious and verifying facts. The first step was opening an old family album. On its pages, I found dozens of forgotten, dusty photographs. One of them was a picture of my grandmother, whom I loved so much as a child. Her smile, frozen on the photo, suddenly seemed alive to me. I could literally feel her warmth, her presence, as though her energy had somehow been passed to me through the photograph. This experience made me search for more information. I read everything I could find about bioplasma, energetic imprints, and photographs. Victor Inyushin wrote that the bioplasmic body of a person is closely connected to the cosmos and even to other people. Through this field, one can not only transmit information, but also influence health, mood, and even destiny. One day, I decided to conduct an experiment. I had an old photo of a childhood friend. We hadn't spoken in years, but I took that picture, sat in silence, and started recalling our best moments together. I imagined his face, our laughter, our conversations. The next day, he texted me out of the blue, even though we hadn't been in contact for years. He said he had dreamt all night about our walks and felt a sudden urge to reach out to me. At first, I dismissed it as a coincidence, but then I began repeating the experiment with other photographs. Sometimes the results were immediate, while other times there were none. But each time I became more convinced that there was something to Inyushin's theory. Among my experiments, there was one strange case that remains etched in my memory. At a flea market, I bought an old black and white photograph of a young woman. Her eyes, full of sadness, were utterly captivating. I brought the photo home, and that very night I had a peculiar dream. I saw her in a long dress standing by a river. She was looking at me as if pleading for something, but said nothing. This dream repeated itself several nights in a row until I began searching for information about the woman. I discovered that she had gone missing many years ago, and her family never found her. I showed the photograph to one of her relatives, who confirmed it was her. At that moment, I felt as though not just her image had been preserved in the photo, but a part of her soul, her energy. The deeper I delved into this research, the more questions arose. If photographs really can retain energetic traces, then they might not just be bridges to memories, but also tools for influencing people. Inyushin warned that one should not give personal photographs to people they don't trust. Through these images, others could interfere with your energetic field, affecting your health and even your fate. And this wasn't just a theory. In his works, he described cases where people became ill or encountered misfortunes after their photographs fell into the wrong hands. But I wanted to understand how this worked. One day I decided to test the theory on myself. I asked a friend to take my picture and gave the photo to someone I considered a potential adversary. Within a few days, I started feeling unwell. I couldn't explain why, but it felt as if something was draining my energy. I retrieved the photograph, burned it, and soon my condition improved. Since then, I've been very cautious. I no longer post my photographs in open spaces and don't allow people I don't trust to take my picture. At the same time, I began studying how photographs could be used for good. Inyushin claimed that photographs could heal illnesses if positive energy was directed at the person's image. I tried this with my mother, who suffered from chronic pain. I took her photo, focused, and mentally visualized her pain fading away. A few days later, she called me to say her condition had improved. This wasn't the only instance. I helped friends and acquaintances using photographs, and sometimes the results were astonishing. I realize that photos aren't just images. There's something much greater. A photograph can be a bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. It can preserve emotions, thoughts, and energy that remain with us even when a person is gone. But it's also a tremendous responsibility. I will never forget Inyushin's words. A photograph is a key, and this key unlocks access to a person. Use it wisely. Now, when I look at old pictures, I see more than just memories. I see the energy that connects us to those we hold dear, even across years and distances.